All right, Aquarius, let's get into your reading. The second I placed these cards down, a wave of raw recognition hit me deep inside. I felt this person reaching through the spread like their energy was already sitting at the table. Something about this connection demanded to be witnessed today, and the cards agreed without any hesitation at all. Whatever you have been holding beneath the surface, whatever suspicion lives quietly in your chest, it is valid. The truth you have been circling for weeks, it is no longer willing to stay buried underground anymore. So, the message that I have for you today is this, and it requires your full, open heart. This person is about to take a step, and it will alter the ground beneath both of you. It will not come gently, but when it arrives, you will finally see what was always hiding underneath. The shift approaching your connection is not random. It was always written into the fabric of this bond. Here is our first card, and it fell onto this table with a weight I could physically sense. The Tower arrived with undeniable force, and this card never appears unless something foundational must collapse right now. It carries disruption that feels brutal at first, but underneath the rubble lives a freedom you never tasted. Whatever was constructed between you two on unstable ground, the cracks have finally become too wide to ignore. This is not the universe punishing you. This is the earth clearing space for something real to grow. You were never meant to keep standing inside a structure, one that required you to shrink yourself constantly. The Tower confirms the breaking point has arrived, and what falls was never truly yours to hold on to. Right beside it, we have the Queen of Swords, and she brings clarity that cuts through every fog. Queen of Swords represents the moment you stop tolerating confusion, the moment your own voice takes command. She tells me you sensed something was wrong long before you had words to properly describe it aloud. Your instinct screamed beneath every smile, beneath every reassurance, and this card fully honors that inner signal. This queen does not sugarcoat anything. She speaks with precision and points directly at what needs attention. You carried the weight of silent knowing, the burden of seeing what nobody else was willing to name. That awareness shaped you in ways you might not fully recognize yet, but the cards see every layer. Resting beneath those cards, we have the Five of Cups, carrying a grief that presses against old wounds. Five of Cups holds the ache of things you mourned while they were still technically present around you. It tells me that loss does not always mean departure. Sometimes it means watching something beautiful slowly fade. This card gently reminds you that two cups remain behind you, untouched and filled with real new possibility. Even inside the sadness, even after the flood of disappointment settles, something tender still waits for your attention. The grief honored here is not weakness. It is proof that you loved deeply enough to feel absence. Completing this spread, the Ace of Wands ignites with a fierce new spark that refuses to be ignored. Ace of Wands carries raw beginning energy, the kind that only emerges after everything familiar has burned away. After the collapse and after the tears settle, A fire you never imagined starts breathing inside your spirit. This card promises that destruction is not the ending, it is simply the doorway into something truly extraordinary. This reading reached you right now because the energy around this entire situation carries a specific deadline. Whatever is approaching between you and this person, it was designed to crack you open toward real growth. The momentum building around this connection is undeniable, and every card on this table confirms it is moving. Even if it arrives in a shape you never pictured, trust that your spirit called this exact moment. The cards still have so much to reveal, and what comes next will settle deep into your understanding. Take a breath before we continue, because this person has more written across these cards than expected.
Okay, I need to shift my focus now because something just changed in the energy around you. The cards are pulling me toward your side, and I sense that your heart has been holding plenty. Before we examine what this person is doing, the cards want me to honor what you carried alone. This section belongs entirely to you, your emotions, your silent battles, your unspoken inner experiences this season. Nobody else gets to define what you felt, and the cards make that absolutely crystal clear today. Our first card on your side is the Nine of Swords, and it is staring right at me. Nine of Swords shows me a mind unable to rest, thoughts that circle back every single dark night. You replayed conversations in your head, searched for clues, and tried to decode every silence between you. That exhaustion is valid, and this card refuses to dismiss it as overthinking or being too sensitive. The weight on your mind grew heavier because the answers you needed never came from this person. You stayed awake with unresolved questions, and your body absorbed every ounce of that emotional tension silently. This card confirms that anxiety was never manufactured. It grew from a situation that truly lacked clarity. Your mind did the only thing it could, which was trying to protect you from another surprise. Beside that card, the star appeared gently, and she carries a softness that almost made me pause. The star holds the part of you that still believes, the piece that refused to let cynicism win. After sleepless nights and after every uninvited doubt, your hope kept breathing quietly beneath the surface. That faith did not come from naivety. It came from a place that recognizes truth when presented. The star tells me you never stopped wanting this to work. You just needed honesty as foundation. Your heart kept reaching toward something worthy, even when your mind begged you to stop reaching forward. A tenderness inside you rarely gets witnessed by others, and this card holds that quality completely sacred. We also have the Four of Pentacles here, and it reveals a grip you might not even notice. Four of Pentacles shows me you held on to control, trying to manage every emotional risk with precision. You kept certain feelings locked behind walls, only letting measured versions of your truth slip through carefully. That guarding instinct was survival rather than coldness, and the cards understand exactly why those walls exist. You learned that vulnerability without safety leaves scars, and your spirit decided caution was the wiser path. This card does not judge your walls. It simply asks whether they still serve your highest good today. The final card for your side is the Two of Wands, speaking of a quiet, personal crossroad ahead. Two of Wands tells me you weighed two possible futures, measuring each one with deep, private intensity. One direction means staying in the familiar pattern, accepting what you received and calling it good enough. The other direction means demanding more, stepping into unknown territory, and trusting you deserve a fuller love. This card confirms that you already feel which path pulls harder, even if you have not said it. Your soul is not confused about what it wants. Your mind is just negotiating terms with your desire. The question this part reveals is simple. Will you keep surviving this connection or finally choose yourself? Every card in your spread echoes the same message. Your heart already knows before your lips speak it. That knowing lives in your body, in the tightness you carry, in the exhale you keep holding back. You are allowed to want more than what was offered, and these cards confirm that louder than anything. The doubt you carried was never a flaw. It was your spirit asking this connection to prove itself. You gave more patience than most would have offered, and the cards honor every ounce of that. Whatever decision forms in your heart after this reading, know that it comes from real strength inside. It grew from self respect that was always alive in you, just waiting for permission to fully rise. Sit with that before we continue, because the next part reveals a hidden side of this person. Now, something just shifted in this reading because I can feel the other side arriving. This person's energy entered the spread, like a shadow hovering outside the door for a long time. The cards want to show what lives inside them, the parts they would never willingly reveal. Everything here belongs to their inner world, their fears, hidden motives, and their quiet internal battles. This is not about what they said, it is about what secretly drives them beneath every surface. Our first card for their side is the moon, and it appeared wrapped in thick fog and confusion. The moon reveals that this person is not operating from clarity. They are lost inside themselves right now. They are caught between real feelings and what they believe is safe enough to act upon openly. A deep conflict is unfolding inside them, one they have not shared with any living soul at all. The moon confirms they move through emotional darkness, guided by fear more than genuine self understanding. They wake at strange hours, carrying the weight of choices, unable to land on anything with real confidence. This card shows a person haunted by a version of themselves, one they buried long before meeting you. That old wound still pulses beneath their composure, and it colors every reaction they direct toward you. You are not crazy for sensing something was off, because this card validates your instinct with full force. Their inconsistency was never about your value. It was about them lacking courage to face their own reflection. We also have the Knight of Cups riding in, carrying romantic energy they desperately tried to suppress inside. Knight of Cups reveals genuine feelings for you, wrapped in a vulnerability that absolutely terrifies this person. They imagined telling you the truth so many times, rehearsed it in their head during lonely, quiet moments. Every version of that confession ended with retreat because the emotional risk felt impossibly overwhelming inside their chest. This night confirms their feelings reach beyond surface level, into places they forgot even existed within themselves. This person changed because of you, even if they never gave you the satisfaction of admitting that openly. You reached something inside them nobody else has touched, and that depth is exactly what frightens them. Before you existed in their world, they functioned on autopilot, never truly disturbed in their emotional core. You disrupted their entire internal system, and they still have not figured out how to reassemble themselves. Alongside those cards, the Seven of Swords appeared, bringing a layer of strategic self-preservation into view. Seven of Swords tells me they calculated their moves, protecting themselves from what felt like dangerous emotional exposure. They pulled back not because caring stopped, but because caring this deeply made them feel completely unguarded. Their retreat was survival built from old experiences, journeys that taught them love always costs something painful. This card holds a soul who walked a long, painful road filled with disappointment before meeting your eyes. The final card here is the Six of Wands, and it tells a very unexpected story underneath everything. Six of Wands shows that beneath all confusion, this person privately knows what you represent in their life. They consider you a victory, something earned after years of settling for connections that left them feeling empty. That recognition lives silently inside their chest, even while their actions tell a different story to your face. The mirror between you two reflects the same longing, the same ache, and the same deep, burning hunger. They feel what you feel, but their armor was forged in different fires and takes longer to remove. This person did not arrive in your life randomly, and their journey to reach you was absolutely brutal. Every card on their side confirms this connection, alive and breathing inside both of your hearts right now. The emotional weight they carry has reached its tipping point, and the cards say it will overflow soon. What comes next reveals the movement building, because this person cannot stay frozen in place much longer. So the pace of this reading just shifted hard because the cards move beyond feelings into pure action. I can feel momentum building underneath everything, like something underground started pushing toward the open surface. This section is entirely about movement, real, tangible steps this person is preparing to take toward you. No more hesitation lives in these cards. No more circling. The direction was chosen somewhere deep inside. Stagnant energy from the previous section cracked open, and forward motion is the only language remaining here. Our first card is the Eight of Wands, and it landed on this table with unmistakable, swift force. Eight of Wands is pure acceleration. Messages locked in, decisions finalized, and intentions traveling toward their target. A communication is coming from this person, something direct, something you will not have to decode at all.
Whatever they rehearsed inside their mind, the cards confirm it is about to leave their lips very soon. Eight of Wands refuses stalling. It pushes everything forward with a force that cannot be slowed or paused. The countdown already started, and the gap between their decision and your awareness of it shrinks every day. Something in your body might already sense this approaching, a nervous flutter or restlessness you cannot quite explain. That physical awareness is not anxiety. It is your energy recognizing that theirs is heading directly your way. You might notice small signs before the actual moment lands, subtle shifts in routine that feel oddly specific. Trust those signals when they appear, because the cards confirm they are previews of genuine intended action. We have the Chariot here with full authority, and this card never appears for indecisive, passive souls. The Chariot represents willpower in focused motion, a spirit who gathered scattered energy into one deliberate direction. This person made an internal choice that realigned everything, and now their outer world must catch up fast. They crossed that threshold somewhere recently, finished the internal debate, and the resulting action is now inevitable. The Chariot confirms what approaches you carries genuine intention, not impulse, not desperation, not fleeting emotional reaction. This movement assembled itself slowly beneath the confusion, growing piece by piece until it became impossible to deny. They approached this moment from gathered strength, not from panic, not from guilt, but from real, chosen willpower. Both sides of this connection converge now, pulled toward the same point by something neither of you controls. The final card here is the Page of Swords, adding a sharp layer of direct, honest communication ahead. Page of Swords carries the energy of a message sharpened carefully, edited with intention, and prepared with weight. This person chose their words deliberately because what they need to tell you matters too much for carelessness. The page confirms the approaching truth was not thrown together. It was crafted with genuine care behind it. Whether it arrives by text, by call, or through an unexpected visit, it carries more clarity than before. The communication is close, possibly within days, and when it lands, you will feel its precision immediately inside. You will not guess at their meaning this time, because what they bring leaves absolutely no room. The action is already in motion, and nothing across these cards suggests retreat or any reversal of direction. Both energies are accelerating toward the same inevitable meeting point, a collision that was always written into this. Your body senses what the mind has not accepted, and that instinct is its own form of readiness. Trust what your instincts whisper in the coming days, because those whispers are confirmations arriving early. The energy between you two reached its tipping point, and momentum is the only remaining option now. The approaching moment carries weight that neither of you can undo, and the cards welcome that fully. What comes next goes deeper than action, because the cards still hold confessions that were never spoken. Now, the cards dropped into a frequency I was not expecting, and the air thickened around me. A hidden layer peeled open right before my eyes. and what sits underneath it is raw beyond measure. This part holds confessions this person never made, desires they swallowed, and truths they buried alive. Nothing here is surface level. Nothing was meant to be witnessed, and yet the cards expose everything. What I share now lives in the deepest private chambers inside this person's most guarded emotional world. The first card pulling me under is the Devil, carrying an intensity that almost burns to hold here. The Devil reveals an obsession this person carries, a fixation with you that lives far beyond rational thought. They think about you in ways they refuse to admit during moments where your name has no reason. Their attachment is not casual. It is consuming, relentlessly magnetic, and impossible for them to control anymore. The Devil tells me they tried breaking free from this pull, convinced themselves distance would erase everything. It never faded. It grew roots beneath every distraction they planted and consumed each one from below. They reached for other things to fill the space you left, but nothing matched the shape you carved. This fixation terrifies them because it proves they have no authority over their own emotional landscape anymore. Their body reacts to your name before the mind gives permission, and that physical truth haunts them nightly. If your chest tightened while hearing that, if something stirred inside you just now, that is confirmation landing. The body never lies about connection, and what you feel physically mirrors their unspoken truth right now. Beneath that card, the Ace of Cups appeared, softening everything the Devil just exposed moments ago completely. Ace of Cups holds the purest emotional beginning, a love not yet shaped or damaged by old wounds. This person secretly wants to begin fresh with you, with no baggage, no walls, and no old patterns. They imagine a version of you two where they finally become the person they wish they were. Ace of Cups confirms that beneath every defense, a genuine, tender love waits patiently to be offered forward. They want to hand you something real, something unguarded, but the protector inside keeps intercepting every delivery. That protector was built from wounds that preceded you, from betrayals that cut deep before your name existed. Honor that protector within them, because it kept them alive through seasons that would have destroyed most hearts. The permission you need is this: it is safe to believe that what you sensed is entirely real. The final card here is the Ten of Cups, and it stopped me completely in my tracks today. Ten of Cups holds the image of a complete emotional future, a partnership, and a love that stays. This person privately envisions you standing beside them, inside a life built on mutual devotion and chosen loyalty. They see the ending with you before the beginning was properly written, and that vision keeps them restless. Ten of Cups confirms they want more than a moment. They want the entire remaining chapter alongside you. That desire overflows inside them during quiet hours, filling spaces they believed would remain permanently hollow and cold.
These confessions were buried not because they lacked truth, but because their weight felt impossible to speak. If tears formed anywhere inside you during this part, let them fall freely as waters of recognition flowing. The overflow in these cards is not drama. It is the natural result of love pressed silent. This person built a cathedral around your memory, and every card across this spread confirms it fully. Every hidden desire this person carries points toward you, and the cards leave no ambiguity about that. Let that truth settle into your bones before we move forward, because the final part wraps everything together. What remains is the final stretch of this reading, where future and full closure come together at last. Okay, we reached the final stretch of this reading, and I need you to stay fully grounded. The closing energy carries unexpected warmth, and it landed on this table with quiet, gentle grace. Everything from here speaks to what is approaching, what to do about it, and what it truly means. The first card closing this reading is the Sun, and it radiates a clarity filling this entire spread. The Sun tells me the near future between you two moves toward genuine illumination and renewed, honest warmth. After every shadow and every buried confession, light is the final destination these cards chose for your connection. Something warm and honest approaches your doorstep, and when it arrives, you will recognize it immediately inside. What felt impossibly tangled will begin to untangle, slowly at first, then with surprising ease and natural flow. Clarity replaces confusion in the weeks ahead, and conversations once guarded begin carrying real openness between you. We also have the King of Pentacles, bringing grounded stability that anchors everything the Sun just promised. King of Pentacles represents a soul stepping into emotional maturity, choosing to build rather than continuing to flee. This card tells me commitment energy strengthens, and what was shaky before starts finding solid, dependable ground beneath. The future between you includes tangible proof, not just spoken words, but actions that match real promises. Temperance closes this entire spread, asking for balance, patience, and trust in the timing of sacred things. Temperance reminds you that healing never rushes, and the best outcomes honor the natural pace of transformation. Imagine yourself a few months forward, standing in a space where this confusion dissolved into full understanding. Picture yourself breathing without familiar tightness, carrying a calm that comes from knowing truth was finally spoken. That future version of you exists already, and the cards confirm that peaceful path is being walked. My advice from everything revealed is simple. Do not rush toward answers already moving in your direction now. Let this person arrive with their own words, their own timing, and their own gathered version of courage. Your only task is remaining open, trusting the knowing your body carried quietly through all of this. Do not second guess what you felt today, because every sensation was a direct message from Spirit itself. The message today was clear. This person carries a truth they are finally preparing to deliver to you. That truth may arrive imperfect, wrapped in nervousness, but the core of it remains honest and deeply sincere. The apology your soul quietly requested, it is forming inside them, whether they fully realize it. Let me recap every card across this entire reading, because together they tell one continuous, powerful story. The Tower broke open what was false. Queen of Swords brought clarity. Five of Cups honored your grief. Ace of Wands ignited new potential. Nine of Swords validated your restless mind. The Star preserved your hope. Four of Pentacles revealed your guarded heart, and Two of Wands placed you at a personal crossroad ahead. The Moon exposed their confusion. Knight of Cups confirmed their feelings. Seven of Swords named their strategic retreat. Six of Wands crowned you as their private victory. The Devil exposed obsession. Ace of Cups offered renewal. Ten of Cups held their shared future vision. The Sun brought light. King of Pentacles grounded it. Temperance asked for patience and divine timing, closing this reading with a reminder that balance heals all wounds. This is real. What you felt across every part of this reading was recognition happening inside your spirit. If any moment resonated deeply, come back and share when it manifests, because I know it will. You walked through fire and tenderness today, and not everyone has the courage to receive that fully. The universe placed this reading before you for a reason, and that reason will become clear very soon. Thank you for staying with me through every card, every truth, and every confession this reading revealed. Your energy was beautiful and brave today, and I am grateful you trusted this reading with your heart. The closing energy carries unexpected warmth, and it landed on this table with quiet, gentle grace. Everything from here speaks to what is approaching, what to do about it, and what it truly means. The first card closing this reading is the Sun, and it radiates a clarity filling this entire spread. The Sun tells me the near future between you